Hello, my name is Suzanne Longstreet. I'm a mindset and success coach. I'm also the CEO and founder of Pinkpreneurs. And I'm here today with somebody who I met a short while ago, and she has become very near and dear to me in my life. She inspires me. I'm inspired by her. And she's really a lovely, delightful, happy, positive person to connect with. So I'm delighted to introduce you to Rolinda Stotts, the Creatrix, beautiful as is, amazing artist, and author of this book. I do realize it's backwards. You might be able to see it behind Rolinda. It's called Orchid Stories, and it's a beautiful, and she's got some of her art in here, and there's some real meaning and depth around it. So Rolinda, tell us a little bit about you and welcome.
Yay, thank you. Okay, this is so much fun, and I'm so happy that I'm here with you, Suzanne, and frankly, happy with all of you. This is I love this connection we're getting at a global level, more so than ever before, because we have a little bit of space in our worlds right now to connect. So I am absolutely loving this. So thank you, Suzanne, for being the light and helping us all be visible, because that is your magic, and ultimately sharing these really positive vibes out in the world. So congratulations and thank you for inviting me. I'm part of this cool club. I'm super excited.
You are definitely part of my cool club.
Yeah, all right, I love it. So with all that being said, I can tell you what my role on this earth is. Well, should we start with that maybe?
Yeah. Tell us your role.
Yeah, so as the Creatrix, I have discovered that my purpose on this globe and on this earth is to do essentially four things. Well, three things that lead to the fourth thing. The first thing I do is I observe. I translate what I observe, and then I share it with the world to inspire, which ultimately has allowed me to become the story guardian.
Ooh.
I know, right?
So much more than an artist.
I know, right? Well, think about it though. I observe nature and I translate that observation in my Bella Rota art technique using oil paints. And then I share it in galleries that goes out to the world to inspire other people to live beautifully as is. That's what Bella Rota is all about. But also orchid stories. Let's just take it to the next level. I observed my own pain in my own world and started asking questions. What can I do to deal with this catalyst, this pain that I was experiencing? This beautiful idea came, and ultimately I acted on that idea, which gave me this incredible gift, Orchid Stories, which ultimately helped me accept. As I accepted the gift, I also accepted the catalyst. So and I discovered that I was a story guardian.
I love that. I've never heard you describe yourself like that. I just love it.
It's so much fun. Actually looking at every single part of my world as the observer, the translator, and then the sharer, the giver. And really it all boils down to, I'm here to inspire you to share your story, to observe and to translate and to share with the world. So it becomes this ripple effect. I throw in one little stone and it just kind of ripples out, like we talk about all the time, right? So
I want to share a little bit. So I met Rolinda, we're both in the same coaching program, and I met her in December 2017. And then I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and Rolinda made sure that she stayed in contact with me on a regular basis. And in that very dark time, she was an angel for me, and she helped me out. And so thank you, my friend. And that's how this started, was because your dear friend Stephanie was diagnosed with breast cancer, and you wondered how you could help. And that's what created this beautiful movement. So how beautiful.
And Suzanne, the key here as a witness, right? I'm a witness. We're all witnesses. But it's what do we do with that sacred role as witness? And I was able to be there for you to share your story.
Yeah.
We need both parts. We need the story and the teller, but we also need the person that's going and willing to listen and receive it. If either of those parts don't happen, it's like we don't exist.
Oh.
And so I'm so grateful, Suzanne, because really the gift that you gave me was you were willing to show up and share your story. You didn't just disappear. You showed
I
up.
wanted to.
No, you
And
showed
you
up
wouldn't let
fully.
me.
No,
Thank you.
no, and it was so cool because you
Yeah.
showed up in your full glory, and even in pain is still glorious.
Yeah, it was really
So
amazing.
thank you for being there for me, because I needed that as well.
How beautiful. 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 Thank you. Rolinda, in this time of what's happening and the world is shifting and we are experiencing COVID-19, how are you maintaining positive focus?
This is an excellent question. And I'm so glad you're asking everyone this question, because it really, it puts us back into this whole beautiful cycle that I call OPA, the OPA cycle.
Okay.
Which you've heard this word. I've already introduced this word before, but it's observe, plan, act, and then repeat.
Nice.
What happens is so many times we get into these panic states and we get stuck in one of these little sections. We just start acting, right? Without really observing and planning. And the key here is, we as a species, we as individuals are always evolving and growing, but the evolution and the growth only comes with these catalysts. So this is, I'm seeing this opportunity as a gift, number one, and I'm going, and if I could show my little like paper,
Yeah.
it really is about finding the gift in the catalyst, which comes back to 3 actions. We ask questions, we act on the inspiration or the ideas that come, and then we accept the gift and ultimately accept the catalyst. So that's how I am staying. I'm like, I keep going through either that OPA cycle of observe, plan, act, and then also, okay, I'm observing all this stuff happening. I need to start asking some really good questions. And sometimes we ask the question, why me? That's natural. That's normal. But there are better questions.
So tell us some.
Ooh,
questions.
One question is, what can I do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and this is a really good one too. What's my role in this?
Oh.
So, okay, you know what's really fun about this is when we are isolated and we keep our story to ourselves, it becomes a scary, isolated story.
Yeah.
But when we share, it expands and it grows. So I shared my idea of asking questions, this whole idea of asking questions, acting and accepting. And my friend Karen was the one that came up with this whole idea. What is my role in this moment? Question, which has changed her whole life, changed my life, and changed now all the lives that start asking, what's my role in this?
Yay.
Because the reality is we can't fix this.
We can't control what's going on out there. We can't control that. We can control what's going on in here. Yep. And the first question that I came out with, to add to yours, if I may, is how can I? And for me, it was, how can I serve? And as a result of asking, how can I serve? This came out, the Pinkpreneur Spotlights.
So that leads us, this whole idea of our ability to ask, act, and accept, I call that the greatest power we possess, which is our agency.
Okay, tell us more.
Yeah, well, once we engage our greatest power, which is our ability to ask questions, our ability to act, and our ability to accept, that's what we have control over. We can't control the catalyst. We can't control the ideas. And honestly, we can't even control the gift. Those on the outside, we have no control over. What we can control is on the inside, and that's our agency. But what you just talked about, and this is so cool, once we start using our agency, our greatest power, the byproduct is our second greatest power, which is our creativity.
Right.
When we start creating, we start growing, we start engaging, we start expanding, versus if we stop creating and we're paralyzed, it means that we are not using our greatest power. When we're stuck in that paralyzed, stuck state of fear or panic or whatever is paralyzing us, we've stopped asking questions. We've stopped acting. We've stopped accepting. We've stopped creating.
And so how are you going to tell people to get out of that? Because that's where a lot of people are with it right now in this world. So what's your formula again? Tell us.
Okay. So it comes down to 4 areas of your life that all have to be engaged with safety. So it's like, imagine this beautiful, safe umbrella over you, or like, and then within the realm of safety, you do these 4 things. We have to play, rest, work, and muse.
Muse.
Okay. It's what inspires you. Oh. What inspires you so much that you want to show up to play and work and all these other things, but what inspires you to create. So what we can do right now is within safety, of course, washing our hands and, that kind of, not touching our face. That's the key. Yeah. That's the key. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Once we do those things, we're safe. We need to look at how can we play. Right now, people are engaged in nature at a higher level than ever before. They're engaged in their families. They're playing games, and they're actually picking up the phone with people that they haven't connected with in ages. I hear stories of long lost friends being like, because we have some space and time right now. Yeah. To play and also to rest. One of my business buddies who works so hard, she has a scheduled daily nap right now.
Wow.
Yeah. But rest doesn't mean sleep necessarily. There's a really great book called the Painting as a Pastime. And Winston Churchill, it's a great little 1-hour audiobook, but he used painting and reading as rest. Because it uses a different part of your brain.
That makes sense. So fun.
Yeah. But work, are you kidding? Work is, when we're in our work purpose, it's healing.
Yeah. More people are doing resting and playing and being more creative and thinking of outside of the box and how they can do things differently. And as a result of everything that's happening, I just was on a call with a group of people in my program, and the amount of new ideas that are coming out are incredible. I mentioned this a while ago. I put a post on Facebook, and that I grabbed it from somebody on LinkedIn, and it was that multiple new businesses that have changed the world, like Uber, Airbnb, Slack, which is a communication channel. If you don't know it, it's an app, have changed the way that we connect and do things in the world. And those started in 2008 in that recession. So I'm fascinated by what's going to come up as a result of this time, where we can go inside and do, what are the steps again? Play, rest,
work,
and
muse.
And muse, yeah.
Because I'm telling you, and I do believe what I believe. It is true. All of this opportunity to reset the world is going to open up our second greatest power in the most magnificent way, through creation.
Wonderful.
That is how we heal, is by engaging our first power, which is our agency, our ability to get out of that stuck, paralyzed state by asking questions, acting on the inspiration and the ideas that come, receiving and accepting that gift, and ultimately accepting the catalyst. That's what gets us out of paralyzation, that first power. But then it's the creativity that just literally reboots.
Love it. Rolinda, you are an artist that is incredible. You are in multiple homes around the world. Your art is in multiple homes around the world. You're in multiple galleries across North America. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Coast to coast. It's kind of fun. I love it.
That's amazing. And so tell me, how are you staying engaged and energized yourself?
I am engaged in all four of those activities at a maximum level. I'm definitely taking time to play, rest, work, and muse. And it's been really kind of fun because I'm doing it in ways, the reality is, this is kind of funny. I was joking with one of my artist friends and he's like, oh, we're used to social distancing because we're always covered in paint. So nobody wants to be close to us. Like studio life, like, come on, like I work in isolation. So yeah, nothing really has changed on that front. What's so cool about it though, is as I have been taking my creations into the world in kind of a new level and a new way, because my gallery doors are closed right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my last gallery show for the season in California, South Lake Tahoe, shout out to Marcus Ashley Gallery, didn't happen. Super bummed. However, they will open again. And you know what? They're still selling art. All of my galleries are still selling art. People are still connecting because we have a virtual world. Like, nothing really has changed as far as, you know, we're just doing it in a slightly different way. But I'm showing up to the studio and I'm sharing. And do you know, people are so bored, they're actually watching and listening more. They're hungry for anything outside of their house. And so I'm painting dabs of paint. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, yay, somebody else finds the dabs of paint fun too. Like,
my aunt sent me a video of somebody playing tic-tac-toe with their cat.
Yeah, I'm serious. Like, we have everything we need right here. It's just
shift the way we're looking at it, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And you know, it's exhilarating.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, it is exhilarating. You want to expand on that a little bit? I love it.
Well, I think the key here goes back to safety, right?
Yeah.
Once we allow our lizard brain to like calm down and we move up here to this frontal area and we like, come on, we are all going to make it through this. We are.
Yep.
And once we believe that in our heart and in our body, it's safe to know the truth, right? Then we can take the next step and start asking those really good questions and acting on them and accept it. Like, it just keeps like cycling through. But the key is that safety piece. And the reality is there is a lot of fear. There is a lot of uncertainty, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're not safe.
Right. Because I keep thinking this. We're not the only country going through it.
No,
you and I are actually not even in the same country. I'm in Canada. Rolinda's in the United States. She's in Colorado. We're all going through it. I think of this as a great unifier. Every single person in the world is going through this right now.
We all have hands to wash, hopefully. Some of us might not. But the key is wash your hands, don't touch your face. We're going to get through this.
Yeah.
And we're going to get through it as a global community.
Yes.
And we're going to come out as greater creators.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are all innovating at a new level. And like, once we move out of that paralyzed state, and that is the key, that is my invitation, get out of the paralyzed state. And you do that just by starting to ask simple questions.
Yeah. In the world of neuro-linguistic programming, which I teach and do my work in, we call it the change state indicator. There's something that happens in the environment that changes, which causes us to go down and then discover new skills, resources, so that we can end up in a new place. And if you'll notice, where we were was here, having to go down, and then where we are is here. The people are going to do well with this, or the people that are going to go, okay, new skills, resources, things that I have to do to move to this place, I'm there. The people that are going to suffer and find it challenging are the people that are trying to climb back up the slippery slope, back into the old normal. No, you got to get to the new normal, right?
Brilliant. It's brilliant. And this is what evolution is all about. We need to evolve as a people, and we are. We've been asked to, we've been given the opportunity and the great gift to step up and evolve.
Beautiful.
And so thank you. Yes, because we can totally do this. And the key is we have to do it together, because if some of our brothers and sisters in this globe are trying like desperately. Now, I heard, this is so beautiful. This is not from me. This is amazing. They're like, you cannot pull, like, it's too scary to pull an ostrich's head out of the sand. Just put some food and water next to them and they'll find their way out. Like,
I like that.
I know, I love that. I'm like, I've listened to so much stuff lately. Like, I can't even remember where I got it from. It's not from me. We just have to provide the food and water. And you know what? First feed ourselves and then feed others. And we're going to get through this beautifully. We're not just going to get through this. We're going to get through this. And like, we're going to evolve into something so beautiful and amazing.
Yes. And allow for the possibilities.
Yes.
Rolinda Stotts. I love you. Thank you so much for being here.